Good morning, everyone, and today I'm going to play around a bit with the paintball game. I'm working on setting up the different animations so they happen when I walk into an area, and I want to make sure that they're unloading when I walk away too. So I'm going to be checking out a couple of those areas, kind of tinkering around with it and seeing what I can do. No promises, it's a Monday morning, and welcome to Walk the Web. So, just getting started here. I'm kind of moving a couple things around. I want to see if I can't make some of these things match different sizes here. For example, let's see, the load zone. I don't want that. Oh, now I probably created it. Yeah, I don't want that. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, getting started here. I don't have it where I can. Yeah, I gotta change that too. I've got it where I can change different action zones and stuff like this, but what I didn't do is I don't have it set up where I can define the current load zones, change them, and alter them. Well, I can change a custom one, but I can't change the default ones in size. So let's say I built something and it fell outside of it. I used to resize, rescale it as I went, but now I'm kind of going with the idea that you can grab them and move them. So I'll have to work on that so I can change that myself. In this case, I want to shrink this zone right here. Let me see. I want to make sure it's in front of me because I want to be able to walk in and out of it, but I want the things that I already have going here to be in front of me. So let's see how far more actually is that. Let's see what I'm doing. Let's just take it off that. Oh, I'm that close. Okay. Let me go 250, and I'm going to do some 250 on this one. Let's see what that does. Okay. Save that action zone. And here we go. Let me reload this and see if I kind of got the setup of what I'm looking for. There's the zone right in front of me, which kind of works. Is it? I'm like right on the border of it. Where is it? I just walked out of it right there. That's the zone. Which zone is it? That's the one that creates that. And that. Where's the second zone here? Sometimes they're hard to see, and I'm not. I tried to outline them and everything else, and it seems that the code to kind of set up the fog and transparency blinds the outline of these. So what happens is, you see where I'm at? Okay, so right here, when I'm facing this way, I can, oh, the outline didn't work because I'm actually below the ground level. That's what I can change. Options, sorry. Edit building, edit action zone, and change paintball zone. And watch, if I go up just a little bit, there's the green line on the bottom that I was expecting to see. That's what I wanted. I just don't want it to be directly on the bottom because that causes other issues. So now I have that. Let's see if I am. Let's see where I start up now. Just kind of rigged it. I'm just trying to set this up where I can walk a couple steps forward. I'm in the zone, back up, I'm out of the zone. It'll save me a lot of time of moving all over the place to chase my tail and see about this when it gets going here. Okay, so I am right in front of this zone. Am I in it? I can always back that up just one step here. Okay, options and settings, set starting position. There we go. Okay, so now I'm outside the zone, and I need to set this up in a way that when I walk inside the zone, I actually scripts, paintball modes. No, I don't need modes. I need action zones. Okay, so I created this one action zone, and what it is, paintball zone. It does this, but what I didn't do yet is in the action zone name when I call this, I should be telling it add mold. I'm just thinking here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to make this work. I'm trying to make it work as easy as possible for everyone. And since I already have an action zone for load zone, but load animations, I think instead of creating it from scratch and then doing this, I think it's easier to tell it which animations to load and pass them to here, if that makes sense. As you can tell, I don't have all the answers on this part. I'm going dangerously into some new territory, and of course that doesn't scare me. Is it the avatar? No, it is the action zone that I'm looking for. Mold and new action zone. Here it is. And this one has avatar animations right there. That's what I'm looking for. And then load the animations separately. Okay. Find in files. That looks good. Got a lot of pieces here. Okay, comes in when I load the avatar, which means on the fly. I probably haven't set it up to add one on the fly just yet. When I know I was testing this one already, and I even set it up to work from something. I'm just trying to figure out where I did it. This part here should leave me a clue for it. That's all avatar animations. No, that's not going to be it. Well, if all else fails, locate the darn zone. Did I not create one? Okay, I created the action zone. I know I was doing this. I was coding it directly into... Oh, I know where I did it. Sorry about that. Just kind of lost on my own thing here. Okay, take that out of there. And add. Okay, it didn't do it. I think I did on the mini golf one. I was working on setting up a couple of these pieces. The other thing is, you know something, I think I need some... Okay, what am I doing here? Mini golf molds. It wasn't a mold. It was this code here. See, I didn't finish. Okay, nope, didn't find it in there. Okay, fine. Where'd I put it? It's not in the paintball zone. It was in the core code, which is not that one. This load animation zone, where was I calling this? Animation load zone. Okay, fine. Load animations, okay. Find all. Okay, what I've got here is I'm telling it check load animations there, and check load animations, action type. Here's okay. That's fine. That's just telling it to run the piece. That loads up the list. This tells it which ones. Okay, so I defined it through the interface to pick your animations and add them to a particular zone. So that means steps away from where I want to be to do this step. I'm a long ways away. Okay, well, you know what? It's a Monday, and I'm not ready for this piece that I want to do. I've got to get some other pieces. Yeah, so that isn't going to happen just yet. Yeah, it's more work than I want to do on a Monday morning. Anybody else feel that way ever? Okay, so instead, I'm going to jump over here. I've been working a little bit on this. I'll get it loaded up here. Okay, back to the paintball arena side of it. I know, I was going to talk about jumping into some code, and instead I took off towards graphics. It's a Monday morning and my brain wasn't ready for it. So you gotta understand that. Okay, so I separated out this section, and basically I'm just starting to work with the graphics on it, and I want to see what I can do. So far this piece, is it going to render? Oh, wake up, computer, wake up. Okay, there we go. And oh, also let me move over some of this stuff. Okay. Oops. Move over this so you can see the section over there. Okay, there we go. Now you can at least see what I'm working on. Okay, so in this section what I've done is, so far this is kind of a rudimentary version of what I'm doing. The texture that I have for this is actually the wrong shape to apply it, but what I was working on was the UV editing and making sure that in the wireframe, let's see, not that, sorry, click on this. Come on. Computer's not catching up with me today. I don't know what I got running on here, but something doesn't like something. Okay. Let's go to solid. Okay, is it going to click it? No. Geez, it's not even selecting things from up here. I got something going on with my computer this morning. Come on, there we go. Okay, don't know why it isn't playing nice, but we're gonna figure that out. Oh, this piece, and that is the way it unwraps. And if I go to rendered, okay, so I worked on this a ton to get it to unwrap to about the right shape and size and everything else. There's one tweak section right there, which happens to be this piece right here, just so you know. Everything else seems to come up okay. In fact, is that the right one? No, that's not the right one. Let me flip it around this other side. This one is this weird tweaked out version of itself, and I haven't been able to figure out why. It's done the exact same way the other side was. The other side played friendly and this one didn't. So not positive why that turned out that way, but if that's the only tweak I have wrong on this whole thing, then I did pretty good on the UV unwrapping, because you see how this whole thing goes. Now here's the deal. This all goes sideways this direction. I kind of want to make it up and down, make these planks bigger, and that means that these images are all out of whack. So the first thing I want to do is take the original image. I know there's people that are so much better at doing this stuff than I am. But at the same time, I'm going to see what I can do here. Okay, so where am I looking? Paintball. So what I have is I have a handful of different images here, and one of them that I did was this version here, which is this image. I kind of want to reverse the direction, which means I need to take this. I am horrible at some of these programs, so I'm going to do it here just because I know how. And right now it is basically, okay, it's the wrong direction and wrong size, so what I'll do, watch this. This is just a little trick I learned. Make that go bigger, and let me I know I'll have some people laugh at me for doing graphics this way, using paint of all things. Okay, And if I do that, and maybe another time here, I'm basically just tiling out, making it bigger. If I would just spend 2 minutes on 2 minutes on asking about Corel's PaintShop Pro, I could find out how to do this the right way. But for me, this will work. So I'm going to take that to there. Now there's a little white edge. Yeah, let's find out. There we go. I'm gonna save as, give myself another image. And we'll see what we can do here. Okay, so giving myself a new image. It's in the directory we're working in. I'm going to go to shading. And in shading, I have this particular image in place. I'll go here and select. Now I thought I just put that there. Where did it go? Yeah, it's right there. Wormwood, stained. Oh, that's not the directory I'm working in. This is not the droids you're looking for. Okay, get back over here. Let's see, in Blender, paintball directory. I moved some of my stuff around. I organized it to make it better, and basically, yeah, that was probably the worst thing I could have done for myself, right? Okay, so paintball arena and the vertical version right there. Open image. And now if I UV editing, come on, there it goes. And back that out here. Okay, it rotated it that way, and see what it did. I wanted to, oh, I guess it's going to do it for me. Okay, so if I highlight all over here from that point and rotate, let's go positive. And make it 90 degrees. Take this. The image was going the other direction a minute ago. Now it's going this direction and everything maps out properly. That figures. That little section that was broken is, oh, it's still there. It's right there. Okay, so if I switch it this direction, move it over this way a little bit. I think that's where I want to be. And finally, here's a little piece too. I've got the UV unwrapping all set and ready to go, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, I'm going to highlight all and tell it UV unwrap, and now it took on the shape of what this does. It went that other direction again. Damn. I thought that was the reason I rotated it. Okay, so let's leave it this direction. Let me just delete that and UV unwrap. Let's see, it's got to go in that direction. I thought you were able to just rotate this. I've checked that out before. Rotate 90 degrees and see, now it shows up that way. But notice how this looks over here. It is not the correct direction. So if I take this, open with, I'm just going to do a quick rotation, so I'll just do it in Paint just because I can. Rotate 90 degrees, doesn't matter which direction. Save. And then in the shading, take this and just tell it to reload it. That should get it over there in UV unknitting. Okay, now that's interesting. Look how it just unwrapped that and set it that whole direction. Wow, it really wants to make this go this direction, no matter what I try. Jeez. Okay. I know I'm making one giant graphic. I'll fix that later. I just want to see if this makes a difference at all about the direction. I don't know why it keeps on trying to map it the other way. Actually, I don't want to just make this bigger. That's not going to help me at all. Let's see if it does that. UV unwrap. There we go. There we go. That's what I was hoping it would do. Okay, finally. File save. Okay, so now if I go back out to layout, notice I got it vertical the way I want it to go, and I'm able to start working with that. Okay, so that's the direction I wanted it to go. Looks like it's kind of upright. I'm going to be putting in some different textures here. That's just the main piece. So if I take this, go here. I didn't mean to do that. Tab. That all. And I want to make sure, well, see, it is going to do assign it all anyway because of what type it is. But then what I'm going to do is, let's play around with this a little bit. I just want to see what I ended up with here. This is, okay, 3024 by 6048. And I'm going to take that's not the one. Okay. Okay, we're going to make this a little bit bigger here. And yeah, once again, need to zoom in and make sure it doesn't have a white edge, which it does. Okay, oops, I went too far. Let me try that again. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's see what I can do with this one. What I want to do is I'm going to add a second. First of all, I don't want to have all those selected when I do this. Okay, so I'm going to select a new texture. I'm going to use nodes once again. I'm going to go to shading, and this, we got a couple things to set up here. Oops, what I do? There it goes. Okay, add shader, mix shader, put that in there, and add shader, and I'm going to put in emission shader just so that I can make sure that I can set it bright enough when this is done. I'm going to tone that down to start with, and then we'll back it off as needed. And then over here in this section, why do I not have the two new images? Let's see, where did I put them? What did I do? Okay, file, save as. Oh, I'm on the desktop again. So put that into the other directory. Now I can get a lot closer by doing this. Today I feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm rambling on, thinking. It's a Monday for sure. How's everybody else doing out there? Doing all right? Everybody have a good weekend? Okay, so go into here, and this is where I need to save that image. Now, if I go back here and leave it and come back to it, the image is here now. This is the one I want, which has a little bit of a different stain on it, and I'm purposely just trying to throw this in here so that I can at least have a little bit of a different look from the outside, so it gives a section that looks a little off. Okay, and now from here, what I want to do is material. We're going to call this one I don't know why I called it that, but it works. Okay, and from there, next I take here, actually, yeah, it is there, UV maps, and I'm going to add a second UV map. We'll call that stained, like I just did with the other piece, and enter on that. And now go to UV editing, pick this UV map, and basically I want to select this texture, which is that one, and UV unwrap. Oh, forgot to highlight everything first. UV unwrap, okay, and this should be the stained version, is it? No, it isn't. Is it? Yeah, it is, okay. So then, by doing that, I'm going to pick some areas in here. For example, these walls right here, I'm going to pick this and say assign, and I just want to see if it comes up different. Yeah, it came up different, all right, nothing happened. It's not showing those areas even though they're showing it there. Oh, yeah. Let me go back to shading. Gotta go to the rendered view just to see what I'm doing. And that's the side I'm working on, obviously. And take this balance. go. Now I'm seeing the other pattern. Okay, the other pattern, I'm off by the wrong direction. Or I could leave it that way. Okay, let's take this, tone it darker, and now mix the shader. Do I want to make those go the other direction? That's not what I really was planning on doing. Ooh, there's one wall, two walls on the inside that are going the other direction. How funny. I thought I checked all those when I did it, but that wall in there and that wall in there are going the wrong directions. Okay, well, when I rotated the whole thing, something else tweaked out, and now it's doing what I want on most of it. I think if I take layout, okay, so if I take this wall in here, that wall, and used to be able to rotate them, but now that I don't think I can rotate when I do a when I tell it to UV map, because UV map kind of takes the place of that. No, okay, so I can't fix it that direction. And the second UV map that I put on here is going the wrong direction. I don't want it to go that way. So I need to see if I can't fix that one. I'm going to give it a shot. We'll go UV editing. We've got this wall right here. We'll see. It's for everything and see how that goes. So I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to delete. Well, first I'm going to copy the name because I don't have to retype it. And if I uncheck that, and then, you know, yeah, I should be able to add it. And that should give me this other direction. And UV unwrap, and it put it the same direction. Rotate it and still came out with the exact same way that I started with on those two walls figures. Okay, so this one is there and this one is there. So if I take, I probably can't do it this way, but if I take all, rotate 90 degrees, stop there, that should have updated, but it didn't. Take all. Okay, I'm still learning, as you can see. Oops, don't want to do that. Oops, I'm in the wrong side, no wonder. Take this side and rotate 90. There we go. Stop. Take this one and this one. UV unwrap. Now see, that just put them in here. They're acting like they're doing that, but rotate 90. That should have changed it over here, which I'm not sure why it doesn't update it in this image. Well, there's a way to do it here. If I take this and then add it again, nope, it didn't do it. It still went the other direction. Okay, no matter what well, no, that should be that way. UV unwrap. Nope, it spun it. Yep. Okay, I'm confused. Okay. Well, there's a reason I want to do this, and I'm UV unwrapping instead of. In the past, what I've been doing is I've just been taking faces. I can rotate them. I can tell it what texture to be on them, and mix the textures between the different sides. The reason that I'm going this little extra extreme on this piece is because I want to be able to actually draw on it. For example, once I set these the way I want them to be, then I want to be able to come in here and texture paint. And I'm a mile away from it. Jeez. Where'd my cursor go? Okay. Okay, so if I take this, and the idea is, because I did that, now see I'm tweaking all kinds of this stuff in here now. Then I can come in here, change the radius of this, check the texture, change it to whatever I want. Radius less than that. Strength, I'm going to cut that back a little ways, and then I can totally put some wear on it. I can tweak out the edges here so that they don't look so sharp. And basically start painting this a little bit to look more realistic. And that'll let me change it up the colors a little bit. Whatever I want to do. That's a little too dark. And see, it kind of takes on a little bit of a life of itself by doing that. Get rid of that line. Come on. And that's the advantage of texture painting. So going the UV route, setting them up, and then messing with these, you can totally modify them, paint graffiti on the walls, tag them, do whatever you want to make it look more realistic. So that's kind of where I'm heading with this. I kind of need to, maybe I need to check into how that works a little more. Okay, I'm going to try something. Let me undo all that because I don't want to have that texture painted the way I did it just then. Not yet. Not yet. Okay, and okay. I'm actually removing I'm just backing it out. Got my reasons yet. I want to try something else, a different direction approach here. Okay, I'm almost there. That's where I want to be. Okay, so I created the new object. I'm just not using it yet. That kind of works for me at the moment. Instead of UV mapping, let's go to shading. And if I take, like for example, this wall down here, go into tab, pick that wall, and if I just pick this and assign, well, see, it's assigning the whole UV wrapped version of it. That's not going to do it for me. Undo that. Okay, so if I take new texture and pick out, I'm just going to pick something different here so I have some type of different piece to work with, and this will be my redwood. Okay, and if I assign that to there, see, it does pick up that. If I take that surface, oh, it changed everything. That doesn't work for me. Oh wait, it didn't. No. Okay, something like that. And, okay, go with something else. Nope, see, it still picked it up the other direction. Well, I'm just out of curiosity. So I have more learning to do when it comes to the UV wrapping. I just thought I'd give it a shot. But, it's a start. I'm getting there. Try different things. I don't even have that one facing outward. That's interesting. I'm missing a face on the inside there. I probably cleaned up something and killed it off when I did. Okay, so pick that one. I'm just grabbing all these faces in here and gonna tell him to use this one. That puts that in there. Okay. And the next thing I want to do is I want to put some type of different ground on the bottom, I think. Well, I don't know. I kind of like that, the way it is. Okay, with all those selected, and let's just select them all. And if I do that, well, if I do that, then I can't weight paint it because I'll be running off that piece. Haven't learned how to do that yet. Well, here we go. Let's do something with this. Let's save that. I'll export Babylon. Let's see what we're getting at. Let's see what it looks like in the scene. Media library, 3D objects, paintball arena, and upload. Blender. Paintball, arena, and here we go. You know what? I'm going to select it all because I want to put all those objects up on the server. See if any of them were too big for the uploading. Nope, they all went. Good. Hey, it's good to know my code worked, right? For uploading them. Okay, and then in here, settings. I got to clear the cache, otherwise it's not going to use the new version of it because it's already been loaded recently, today, half hour ago. Okay, what's going on? Huh, did I not get the images? I do not have the images. I'm getting the colors without the images. That's very interesting. Are they just... yeah, I was wondering if it was just close up or if it's far away that they're still not coming through. See, the image is down on the ground there. Oh, the images are coming through, but they're being blinded by the other piece. Okay. Here's the deal. This right here. The reason I use an emission shader is because this is not projecting it enough. So if I have an emission shader and I change that for a light color, for example, well, even white, and then give it even just the slightest bit. Gosh, I know. I'm probably going to blind it right out of existence here. Let me make it not so bright, but I know it looks weird here, but I want to see if that's going to help our other parts. So this one, I didn't put an emissions later with it. So take this, move it over, add shader, wrong one, sorry. Add shader, mix shader, and put this one here and this one, oops, this one there. And then in here, for the emissions, we want to put a lighter color there, so we don't completely blind that out, and we're definitely not going to go with 50%. Okay, I'm just curious if that makes a difference. It should be lighter than it is, and it's not going to look as blanded, or this is so knocked out by the coloring here. I just want to see if it's going to do it. Babylon and export. Okay, back to here. Take these items and open, let them upload them again. I guess I didn't need to do them all. We already have the images there and they didn't change. So when I start doing weight painting or something, then it would definitely do something different, I'm sure. Here, clear the data, so it gives us our new version, and let's see what happens. Should pronounce the graphic better than it did the last time. Okay, wow, it just blinded it out completely. Yikes, that is not what I want to do. Ah, I just killed him. Okay, now if I disconnect, should have let it finish loading first. Okay, so see, it is blinding it out. Okay. And is there a blinded out version in the inside here too? I can't tell. Okay, and we're missing a wall right there. Okay, let's fix that. that'd probably mess with the whole thing. It's going to end up messing with everything. It's going to mess with it. Yeah. Okay, don't know when exactly I killed this wall, but it's time to put it back. And it goes from there to there to there and to there. Face. Okay. And chances are it's probably not even part of the UV wrapping now. So let's find out. If I go that way. Yeah, see it. UV wrapping, it wasn't part of it, which screwed the whole thing up. Okay, so take this one for starters, and UV editing, all UV unwrap. I'll see it tweak the whole dang thing. Yeah, that's an issue. Well, let's see. Subtract that off. This one is actually not too bad, but I'm going to say take all, and we're going to delete it. We're going to add one, UV map, unwrap. I'll see it's all tweaked now. I killed my unwrapping. I was so dang close. Yeah. Okay, so let me take a look. Let's fix this. What it is it that wall or this wall? It's okay, so this wall right here, and that just tweaked everything. If I pick this line up here and mark it as a seam, that'll allow it to cut it from that side, and maybe that'll save me. What did I do on the other side? Because the other side worked. No, see, I didn't do it on the other side. Okay. This map, this texture, well, actually I'm working with the other one, but it screwed up everything on this one too, so UV unwrap, nope, all UV unwrap. I'll see it all, tweaked it all. Before I put that wall on there, see it was missing. Let me think. What is the best way to extend that wall? So I put the wall on, and you know what? I think I'm going to take this line right there and clear the seam so that it becomes part of the seam of that wall, and take this and mark it as a seam. Now it should be continuing from that wall on around the corner. Let's Let's see if it does it or not. That's another story. UV unwrap. Now see, I get these little weird things. I killed my UV unwrapping. I was so close. I was so close. And what's funny is if I just put this piece in here and even single it out as one piece itself, mark them as seams, that's what I get, which isn't going to make a hill of beans. That's bad. And this one, yeah, same thing. That's not going to do it. Wow, that's so out of whack. I was so close with the design too. Okay, well, let's see. I may have to ask for some expert opinion on this one and walk my way through it, but looks like I'm not going to get this one done today. Yeah. Well, I need to practice some more and try some different things with UV wrapping, but so far what's killing me is whatever. What's that point? Why is that point, everything going to that point? Yeah. Let's go there. That's all I wanted to do. Go there. Oh. Come on, give me my wall back. What did I do? Okay, fine. I killed my wall. If I don't put the wall back, I'm not going to get this to work. So I know that I need this here. Put a face on it. And then I'm not going to change that just yet, but see, it's all tweaked out anyway. Okay. Well, you know what? I got to practice some things. I'm going to try some stuff on some cubes and kind of simplify the design and see if I can get better control of how this works. Maybe watch a couple videos and see if I can get better at UV unwrapping, because that's a pretty complex shape. And what happened was I've tweaked it when I unwrap it. There's a couple pieces here where I don't have it connecting right. I was trying to do it where it unwrapped it correctly, but I just don't seem to hit it right. Okay, so I'm going to do some more practicing on that stuff and see if I can't get better at that. I want to learn how to do this, and that's what I'm going to do. So thank you for watching and thank you for following, and I'll be back again. Have a good day.